Coal or hard rock, which way to go? Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we're going to continue on in our series of doing your research into getting into the mining industry. And this topic is pretty much one of the most important decisions that you'll make into the longevity of your career and where you work and how it all pans out, to whether you decide to get into the coal side of the industry or whether you decide to get into the hard rock side of the industry. Now, what's going on in the two different areas of the industry, because they're both booming, but they're both booming for different reasons. So if we have a look at the hard rock side of the industry first, I'm going to use nickel and copper as an example. So if we click over to nickel, and nickel's actually, this is in US dollars, so it's actually $32,000 Australian a tonne at the moment. But if we have a look at the graph here, it went back down again with COVID, and then it went back up again when everybody realised that everything that they're going to put a battery in, so all these new green vehicles that they're making, all the batteries need a lot of nickel to make them work. And that's why it really hit up to this higher price. So all through here it was $25,000 to $30,000 Australian, and then it spiked when they really worked out that they didn't have enough and there was a short squeeze on, and so it's fallen back down again, but it's hovering around that 30,000 to 35,000 Australian mark, which is really good money for nickel, and which is why everybody's trying to open their nickel mines back up again. So that's a supply issue, why the price is high and why the price will continue to go high. BHP's just released a thing to say that they expect over the next 40 years that need for nickel is going to go up between 2,000 and 3,000%. So that's why they're madly trying to acquire Oz Minerals at the moment, because they've just discovered a big nickel mine out in the east of Western Australia. So if we have a look at copper, copper's pretty much the same. It's $11,300 a tonne Australian at the moment. And if we have a look at the graph, you can see where COVID's hit, but then it's come back in, and then everybody's realised at about this point here that, you know, not only do you need nickel for these vehicles and these electric batteries and all that sort of stuff and all the electric vehicles, but you need lots of copper as well to go in it as well. So it's gone quite high. It's come back down again, but it's on its way back up again as things are starting to pick up around the world. And yeah, it's again being driven by the fact that there's not enough of it. Whereas if we have a look at the graph on coal, and coal at the moment, it's about $460 a tonne Australian, which is, you know, really good money for coal, but there's a reason for that, unfortunately. And the reason for that is, if we have a look back, you'll see that coal's been averaging between $100 a tonne, maybe $150 a tonne, got all the way down to $50 a tonne there for a while, and that's the COVID era here. But this is where ScoMo decided to announce that he wanted to do an inquiry into China, and China stopped taking our coal. And what that did was that put a supply chain disruption on the whole world, and that's caused the price to spike. And then they started to sort that supply chain out, and it's come back down again. And then what's happened in Europe's happened, and the price has spiked again. So what I always tell people when they're looking at either coal or hard rock as a choice, with the hard rock mines, you know, you're going to have a job in 10, 15 years time, because they need a lot of those mines to open up, because we need a lot of those resources to make everything that's going to save the planet. At the moment, what's going on in coal is a supply chain issue. There's more than enough coal production around the world to satisfy everybody. It's just for some reason nobody can get their shit together delivering it, and that's why the price is right up. And the question that you've got to ask yourself is, if you're jumping onto a coal mine today at these prices, is that coal mine still going to be operating when, you know, it's only $150 a tonne? Because there's every likelihood that it's gone up, and as they sort out these supply chain issues, then it's probably going to go straight back down again. And the other thing that you need to consider with coal is the political sense, is that the fact that the Greens are coming after coal in a big way. You know, in a hard rock copper mine or a hard rock nickel mine, you're not going to have to worry about someone sticking themselves to your front gate of your mine. In a coal mine, you've got to worry about that. You know, they had protesters strap themselves to the railway a couple of months ago. They're just not going to give up on it, and they're trying to sue again. and it is what it is. So I always counsel people to look towards the hard rock side of things, because I think that's where you'll get more of a career. But if you live in the town where the coal mine is, and your uncle or your aunt or your cousin can get you a job, then you'd be mad not to as well, saying that. All I'm trying to say is that if you're in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane or one of the other capital cities, and you're thinking about lifting up your life and going into coal country to try and get yourself a job, maybe you should do a bit more research and have a look at moving yourself into the hard rock areas, because you'll get more of a long-term job out of it, I feel. Because I really do think that once they sort the supply chain issues out, it's going to come down to $150 to $100 a tonne. And how many mines are going to be left at that price? Who knows? But I can tell you here and now, it's not going to be the same amount that are all trying to fire up at $450 plus a tonne. So that's the way I look at it. It's all about doing your research. I hope you found that information helpful. And if you could like and subscribe to the channel and share this information around, that would be wonderful. Thank you.